Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a 6.7 power stroke that I was replacing an upper oil pan on, and I had a bolt break. So here's the bolt right here. So there's the bolt, one of the shorter bolts. All right, so luckily most of the upper oil pan is above the big fat frame. It's like this wide, and you can only get to the bolts with wobble sockets. And on the driver's side, there's a section it's about this big, a big hole. Luckily, the one that broke right through that hole. The problem is that when you look at the bolt straight like this, the frame is right here. So when you try to put a drill on there, all my drill bits, so I got my left-hand drill bits here, my Mac Tools, and when I would get the smaller drill bits and I would put my drill on, everything fit except for the drill bit was too short. So by the time it got up to the bolt, it was hitting that opening it was hitting the frame. And so it was causing my drill to do like this. And so I'm trying everything. I go check with everybody. Everybody's got the same size drill bits, because I was really hoping that a left-handed drill bit would just back it out. And so everybody I checked with had the same size drill bits, and I'm sitting there trying everything. Everybody's drills, combinations, nothing works. And so the service manager's over here, and I'm kind of brainstorming with him, trying to figure out what to do aside from ordering long left-hand drill bits that would work. And he's like, you know what you need? You need one of those Mac Tools 6-sided flute remover tools. And I was like, oh, you mean this guy right here, this Mac Tools set here? And I open it up and show him what I got, and it's this set here. All right. And so he's like, yeah, he's like, that thing would work really good. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I bought this and I tried to use it, and the bolt just the fluted part just spun inside the bolt and it didn't work. I put it away. I've never used it since. I've seen people post about it, but I've never tried to use it again because it didn't work for me. Well, clearly it didn't work because maybe the bolt that I was trying to extract was completely seized and nothing would remove that bolt. So I thought I'd give it a try. Well, one of the things I noticed was that the drill bit that's in the kit is considerably longer than, it's an inch longer than my Mac Tools left-hand drill bit. And all my other drill bits are the same size as this. I have this set right here, this Mac Tools Cobalt drill bit set, and pretty good set, but all the bits that are small, they're all too short. So I thought I would give it a try. So one of the cool things about this kit is, and this video is actually titled The Tool That Didn't Work, because it didn't work. I paid good money for it, and I never tried to use it again because it didn't work. And I forgot about it. It was literally in the back of my oh crap drawer, and I've never touched it since. So anyways, what I ended up doing was I was able to put this on my drill, and I have a Mac Tools, gun style drill. And so, I mean, it's only like this tall. It's not super tall. It's an air powered drill. And so I got my bit in there, and I clamped onto the very, very end of it that I could. And I was able to, it has these centering pieces in here. And I was able to grab the one that fit the closest inside this opening. And then luckily, the bit goes right through and it helps center the bit. So I used this, and I just grabbed it with some long needle nose pliers with an angled tip, and I was able to hold it like this and then come up through the end, and I drilled a little bit, and then I drilled a little bit more, and then all of a sudden I was drilling and I felt my drill go doom, like it moved a lot. And I was like, that's weird. There's no way I went all the way through the bolt. And I looked up there and you can't really see. It's so far up there. So I thought, you know what, let me give it a try. I don't think it's gonna take much to get this bit out. And so here we are. So I take the fluted end. It's gonna be really hard to see. Okay, you can kind of see the flutes on it. Anyways, it's got like 6 flutes on it. And so I take it and I tap it. It doesn't go in much. And I thought, you know what? Let me just give it a try. And so then it has these other pieces, these pieces right here, and they're all set. Each flute has its own drill bit that goes with it, so it's the right size. And then you have your own little, each one of them has their own little piece. And then you slide this up in it, and it's tight. I mean, when you try to move it, it doesn't move, right? So I tapped it in there, and then I was able to put a socket on there, and I start turning and turning, and I'm like, wait, hang on, what's going on here? I look up, and I'm like, oh my God, the bolt's coming out. And it came out. So I went and told the manager, I was like, oh my God, you were right, this worked. And funny thing is, I went over to tell one of our other techs about it. I was like, you know, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe this worked. He's like, oh my God, he's like, I love that set. I was like, I clearly must have just had a bolt that was not removable because everybody else loves it and it didn't work for me. And so anyways, so then after I got done with it, I looked at it, and you could actually see the end where it spun. And so yesterday Matt came and I said, hey, I want to get this replaced. And this is actually warranted with this. So these two are a set. So if you have to warranty one, they warranty both of them. Because if one spun, then the other one spun. So anyways, so this is brand new. I haven't even used it yet. But anyways, so strongly recommend that you get this right there. If you don't already have it, if maybe you had the same experience with me and you got it, you tried it, it didn't work or something, I definitely recommend it, because right there, that would have caused me to pull the motor to fix it. Now when you're drilling out bolts, some other things that you definitely want to have, you want to make sure you have a really good set of cobalt drill bits. I've heard horror stories of other manufacturers not warranting drill bits that are small, or if they didn't break. And I've had this entire set warranted at least once, and then I've had every drill bit in here warranted like probably 5 times for most of the smaller ones, because I use them all the time. And there's no question, hey, I use a new drill bit, here you go. Here's 5 of them, whatever. So strongly recommend that. And then if you don't have left-hand drill bits, I never knew for a long time what left-hand drill bits were for. And one day, you know, I asked somebody, hey, what is the point of a left-hand drill bit? It's that hopefully it'll catch, and while you're drilling, it'll unthread itself, which I've had that happen before. So some other things that you want to get if you're drilling out broken bolts is, actually, let me show you something you don't want to use. So I have these 2 sets right here, Black & Decker. A long time ago, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on extraction tools, so I thought it was a good idea to buy cheap ones. And as you can see, here is one set with one that's missing, and another set with one that's missing. Well, they're missing because they broke. So I've had one out of this set here break off, and I've had this one break, and actually this one's broken. We're gonna throw that one in the trash. Actually, I'm gonna throw both of these in the trash. So what I recommend is that if you're gonna try to use something like this, definitely don't use a Black & Decker. If you're gonna use it, use a Mac Tools, use a Snap-on, use one that obviously came off of the better side of the table when they made it, with better metal. Because when you break one of these off in there, you're not getting it out. So another tool that you want to get if you're going to be drilling things out is, hang on one second. Be right back. Now, I borrowed these from people before over the years. 10-piece extractor set right there. They make a big fat kit. It's like this big, and it has a whole bunch more of these. But honestly, I've only had to use, I've never had to use anything bigger than the biggest size in here. So this is the set right here. I think I used this one right here to extract extracted something. I had to borrow one of these. Actually, I had a BMW starter bolt broke off in the block in the back of the engine, and I had to borrow one of these from one of my coworkers. And as soon as I did, I was like, okay, I'm buying it. So Mac came that day, and I bought one. Bought this kit. So I strongly recommend you buy something like this, but you know what? Spend the money when you buy one of these sets. When you buy any extraction tools, spend the money. You can buy cheap sockets, you can buy cheap wrenches. Do not buy cheap extraction tools because they will cause you a lot of grief. I've had extractors break off in exhaust bolts where the cylinder head had to come off because it was not, you couldn't get it out. So anyways, that's where you turn something very small into something really major over a cheap tool. So that's another tool right there you want to get. Another thing I'm starting to invest in is these right here. I look like a Mac tool salesman, is the RBRT stuff. So far I only have the TORX. So I have the TORX set here. So if you ever get a TORX and it starts to round, use one of these and hammer this in. Make sure that you blow the hole out and then hammer this in, and its design allows it to grab better and get bolts that are almost rounded out, almost stripped out. You can get them out without having to extract them. So get you that. And then another thing you want to get, and this is for a bolt that's sticking out that you can grab onto, is this is a Craftsman set. It's old. I used it a lot. It looked like this. I think this was 60 bucks for this whole set, back when Sears was around. But all the small ones, that one, that one, that one, that one, and even partially that one, they're all stripped, and they don't grab anything. So I actually just ordered this last week from Mac, a small set like this, and he told me it was just shipped like yesterday or the day before, so I'll get it next week. So anyways, spend the money on your extraction tools. They will pay off if you spend the money on them, and it will be a world of hurt if you don't. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you're definitely going to want to see. Check me out on Instagram at Nuts and Bolts with Tone for my daily life as a mechanic. I appreciate you watching. Also check out my merch store. You can get you some shirts, get a hoodie, well, I don't have hats yet, but got to figure that out. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.